Hi everyone, and welcome to another Science Fridays with John. Today we're going to have a really fun time in the lab because we're going to play with an amp probe, some different types of wire gauge, and we're going to learn about resistors. Now before I get into the actual experiment, because I know you guys are on the edge of your chair just burning to know what I'm going to do. Hang on. Have you ever gone shopping? Maybe it's the holiday time, or maybe it's when they have those, I don't know, excessive sales that are like 95% off, right? They never have those, right? They have 50% off, maybe 40% off sales. And when you go to the store, it could be the mall, it could be your local food store. And I know a lot of people that when they're going to give away something at like even 30% off on the second one, it's like the end of the world if they don't get there tomorrow. So if they're having a sale and there's so many people in the store, it becomes harder for you to move around the store because there's so many people. That's what we call resistance. Now, when there's no sale, you can just go in and out of that store as much as you want. You could probably go get a gallon of milk or whatever else you need in probably less than a minute or two and you're out of the store. Not when it's holiday time and not when they're running these ridiculously crazy sales. That's when we get resistance. All right, so let's talk about resistance for a moment. So resistance is a term we use in electronics to refer to a, let's call it a little metal and byproduct type device that is able to resist the flow of electrons. Let's keep it really simple. Now you'll see there's different resistors that I have here. I know they're very hard to see. You might be able to see like that one there. You can see this one here, and you can see this one here. Now, on the bigger one, you see how you can, I don't know if you guys can see on the end, can you see that there's like a space? There's 1, 2, 3, and then there is a little space, and then there's this last one here on the right. Okay, does everybody see that? All right. So each one of these means something. Now, when we look at a resistor, whenever we see this little gap, I'll call it there, between the one band, the last band, well, that indicates that the first band is all the way to the left. Now, in our case, we're looking at it on the camera. If I look at it camera like this, you'll see that it's to the left. But because I was looking at it this way, so now you'll see it's toward your left, 1, 2, 3. Now, each one of these means something. Now, I have a little chart here because I don't memorize these, all right? And so, for example, you can have a 3-band or you can have a 4-band type resistor. So the first thing I want to show you on this, because it's pretty easy, is the one that's over. I'm going to hold it your way. So the very far one, if you guys can see that, it looks like it's a red. So the red actually means 2. Now you're going to see the second one on there is also red, right? So that is actually our second one, and so the second one there is also red, okay? Then you'll notice that we have a third one, okay? Our third one, okay, is happening to be orange, okay? So what this means, if I look at my chart, if I look at the first band for red, it shows 2, and I'll put this up on camera in a second on the screen so you guys can see it. And the second one here, coming from your left to my right, okay, you're going to see here the second one is also a 2. So that means 2, 2, okay? When we go to the next level, okay, you're going to see we have a third band. And that third band, if you guys can see it, guess what? It's also a red. So we write down 2, we write down 2. So 2, 2, and the third one is also red. But then the third one is known as our multiplier, okay? So if we take 100 and multiply that times 22, right? 2200 ohm resistor. And the last one, ladies and gentlemen, if you can see, that's a gold one. The gold actually indicates the tolerance. The tolerance on this resistor is a plus or minus 5%. All right? Now, let's look at another one. I know these are not easy to see. You can see we got the gold there, okay? The first one here, you can see it looks like it is a brown. A brown is a 1. The next one is a blue, so that is a 16. And the multiplier is going to be looks like an orange, so that's 1K, okay? So 1K. So again, we've got our first one here as brown, which is 1. And then we've got our 6. So we've got a 16K resistor. And the last color you guys can see over there, it's like I can make it out here. Looks like that's it's a silver. And so that is a plus or minus 10% tolerance. All right? We got one here a little bit easier to see. Okay? Now you'll notice I'm holding it in the way so you guys can see it. So again, you see the one on the end. So if we go reverse this time, the brown one actually indicates a tolerance, very low tolerance, a plus or 1% tolerance. That's a very strict tolerance. Some circuits actually need the tolerance to be a lot higher. If a tolerance, let's say, is too specific, and you put in the voltage even with another resistor, but when you put too much onto a circuit on a computer or electronics, fries it, okay? We get smoke and we get a short little fire. All right, so the first band of this resistor, if I look on my chart, is a 5, okay? Because it's a green. The second one is a 6. Can you guys see that's a 6? So the 6, so 5, 6, and then my multiplier is an orange, which is 1K. So it's a 56K ohm resistor. Is that pretty easy? So now when you see these resistors out, you won't be like, oh, wow, they look pretty, but what do those colors mean? They actually mean something. So this is actually a diagram that I said we'd put on the screen. You can see right here. And you guys can see it from the top. You'll see the very first thing it says is it shows the color, the first band, the second band, the third band, it shows the color, the first band, the second band, the third band, the multiplier, and the tolerance. So again, whatever our first band is, we go and look for whatever it is. If it's black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, gray, white, gold, silver. Depending on whether it is a 3-band or it's a 4-band resistor, okay? The only difference is that instead of you having 2, you actually will have just 1, and the second one will be your multiplier. That's how that will work. You'll also notice that you have the column here, so it depends on what band it is. So if the band, for example, is 2, you have to look and make sure. Now, usually they're the same, but not always, so you want to make sure that you have the right number, and then the third band, respectively, and then you've got your multiplier, and the last one is the tolerance. Now that we've learned what a resistor is, stick around for a video later on where I'll actually show you how to measure what a resistor is actually able to conduct. So stay tuned, and we'll show that in a future Science Fridays with John. As always, I appreciate you guys liking, supporting, and loving these videos and the channel. Remember to like the video, definitely give us a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and remember to smash that bell notification icon. This way, YouTube will be able to serve this out to other people that want to learn more about science. And stay tuned, because pretty soon I'll be showing you how to measure the resistance of a resistor. Thanks for stopping by my lab, and we'll see you real soon.